Hello friends, I'm here with the tutorial in Unix, and to start with I'm starting with the ls command. I had created earlier one video on this, but somehow my voice quality was not very loud, so the video was pretty useless. So let us start again. So ls command. So when we use ls command, by default it lists all the files and directories in the current directory. Current directory is the present working directory. So for my demonstration I have created one directory that is named as WIR, so work dir. So there are some files which I have copied from operating system just for the purpose of demonstration. So by default ls shows the listing of files column wise and in the order of its naming. So like you can see this comes like A, E, E, M, R and so on in the order of alphabetically these are shown. Okay, so to start playing with different options, let us use the most famous switch of this, that is -L. L can be remembered as long listing. So it shows the files and directories in the long listing format, in which the files and directories are shown like the permissions, then their links, then their user means who is the owner, then the group to which user belongs to, then the size of the files, then month, then date, and then time, system time, and then finally the name of the file. So by default, if we don't use any other switch, we see that the files are listed in the order of their alphabetically. Okay, so next comes A. A is all. By default, when we see in the above output, there are some files which could be missing. Those are hidden files. But when we include -A, A means all, so it includes all the hidden files also. Hidden files are usually starting with a dot at the start of the file name. So like current directory, that is single dot, then there is parent directory, that is double dot. These are included when I use -A. So if you see this, these two, so first one is the current directory, then is the parent directory. And if you see these two also, these are just the empty directories which I have created for the purpose of demonstration. These are also hidden directories, and these are also listed because of this new switch -A. And suppose we don't want to show these two directories, present directory and the parent directory, then instead of small a we can use capital A. So this capital A is the acronym for it's the small form for almost all. When we use almost all the hidden directories will be shown, but current directory and the parent directory will be missing. So now you see in this output, those files are gone which were earlier appearing here. So I think I made my point over here. Suppose as I told that by default the directories and files alphabetically, but I want to list these by the time they were modified or created. For that I can add T. So when I use T, if you see, this is the latest file which is coming at the top, and all of the rest are coming at the bottom. These are the directories and files which were created the oldest time, in the oldest time. Okay, so suppose I want to list the files in the same order, but I want to reverse the order. So with T I can use R. This R is used for reverse order. Now if you see this R, now the oldest files are coming at the top and the newest ones are at the bottom. So reverse order is not just applying on the time. Let's see what happens when I have removed ATR. So as I have shown that by default the ls minus l or just ls, this shows alphabetical order. So z is coming at the down bottom and at the top it is coming AAA. Okay, so now let us add R. So what happens when I use R? Z should go at the top. So here we go. So Z comes on the top, and so R will reverse the order of the effect of other switches. So when it was T, then it show the times which were like earlier was at the end and the oldest was on the top. Otherwise with minus T, earlier was at the top and the latest the oldest files were at the bottom. So this is minus T, and let us reduce this subset so that we don't have to go up and down in the screen. See, just let us remove Z portion. Still rm u star. Yeah, that should be okay. So here we can just see the things, how clear they are. Okay, so we have covered till now F for sorry, not F, A for all, capital A for almost all, T by sort by time, R for reverse order. And now let us maybe let's see what's there inside etc. So if you just see, the directories are traversed recursively from top down. So there are like directories in directories in directories. Like let us say, okay, for our purpose let us create one more inside example1. Let's create example sub1, sub2, and let's go inside example sub1 and then create again one more directory, example sub level 1, sub1 level 1. Now let us see what happens when I do R. So if you see here in example, this shows sub1, in sub1 it shows sub level 1. So it keeps on traveling down the tree until it reaches the end of the tree. So that is the purpose of recursive. So let us see, I just want to see only the directories. So this is the current directory, and it shows the characteristics of current directory, which is directory. And if I see just ls minus ld star, so the directories are placed at the top level. Okay. Next I want to see human readable formats. For example, this is the size of the file which is like difficult to read, and now I want to use human readable format, ls minus lh. This shows the directories and files in human readable formats. So now the sizes are easy to read for the humans. Earlier outputs are for the machines, and this ones are for human beings. Okay, let us say I'm not interested in long listing of the files. I'm just interested in ls minus like in horizontal format. So horizontal format means alphabetically traveling from left to the right and so on. So if you see, so A, E, E, so the order goes from left to the right, then again left to the right till the screen goes on, and then at the end it comes to Y. So this is horizontal format. Let's see what happens if I just add a reverse order. Everything is same. It goes the horizontal way, Y, W, Z, and if or you can start from the bottom, A, E, E. So these are traveling horizontally. Let us say I want to list the outputs in column wise. Instead of X, I'll use C, capital C. So capital C, you can say, is the short form of list by columns. So now earlier, like you were saying for X horizontal, these were from left to the right. Now this time they are coming from top to down, A, E, E, then M, R, 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 and so on up to coming down from the top level approach. Next, so these two are covered. Okay, so by now we have covered L for long listing, X for horizontal, C for column wise. Okay, let us say you just want to see one file per line. These are all useful for the scripting levels. In scripting, there are various type of variables which we want to be extracted from running of the commands. In those cases, the switches are useful. So ls-1. In this case, now the files are shown one file per line. This is for 1. It's not L, it is 1, numeric 1. So that is, or you can say it as like single column. And similarly, if you add R for reverse, you can see what happens. These are reversed in order. And instead of this, if you do this R, files are shown in single line but recursively. So you can see that how the switches can be combined together to get the various outputs as per your requirements. So one more thing, like suppose here you use H as human readable, it will not have any effect. Why? Because sizes are already not being shown over here. So sometimes we have to see also that switches should be combined only when we see something meaningful. Otherwise, like instead of using switches meaninglessly, we should concentrate on minimal use of switches, only the ones which are required. Okay, so next comes useful option, that is F. F is used for classifying, means by looks you will know what type of file it is. So if you see, like these are the ones in black are regular files. The files which are having asterisk sign, star sign at the end of the file name, those are executable files. The ones which are having @ at the back of the file appended, those are link files. Similarly, when this is FIFO pipe, first in first out, so these are the pipe files. The directory files are having directory sign at the end of the file name. Suppose I want to see these horizontally instead of like by default these are being shown as column wise. Now I want to see horizontally. Everything is same. The naming goes from left to right, but by horizontal. So the naming is going in the same way, like alphanumeric order. And suppose I want to reverse this, very possible. You can reverse the order. And suppose I want to, okay, this is the default. So minus FC, this one and minus F both are same. So by default this is column wise, the column wise output. And suppose I want to reverse here also. So the Y comes at the top and so on. So these are just the like normal outputs which you can see. And one last interesting option I see is format. Format is like ls minus minus format is equal to, suppose I want to see horizontal output. For that the word is across. Okay. Suppose I don't want to see the across, I want to see column wise. Okay, so for that it is, sorry, I just spoke opposite. So across is column wise, and for horizontal both are same. Okay, both are same, fine. Like for X, across and horizontal, two switches can be, two words can be applied. Okay, suppose I just want to see the CSV, like comma separated values. Commas. So the file names are named but separated by comma and a space. These can be useful when we are using in scripts and so on. And the words are most useful when like we can program these, which we can see in coming tutorials. And for -1, that was single column. So you can see how easy it is to use the commands. And for these I have created one visual memory map. I just show you so you understand what goes on. That will take just 1 minute. This, okay. So just for the sake of summary, -L long listing, -F classify star for executable files, / for directory, and then add for link, and this is pipe symbol. Then is horizontal for X, this is across. These are the listed by lines, horizontal order. Then comes column wise, list by columns, and this is vertical order. Then is -1, this is single column, and this is -A all, this is capital A almost all, this is -T, that is sort by time. Then is -R reverse order. So reverse can be combined with horizontal order, columns, single column, all. So almost with every option you can use the reverse order, almost every option. So whatever will be the default of the ordering, it will just reverse that order. Then is R recursive. So recursive recurses into the directories and subdirectories and shows all the files and directories till it reaches to the node of the tree. Then comes directory listing. So show the directory types. After that, human readable format, specifically applied for the sizes. And then comes the format. So word is actually not a word is taken from these options like across, commas, then horizontal, then log, then single column, then verbose, then vertical. I'll be providing this mind map at the link provided in my blog, in my video. And for further articles, you can go to my blog also, which I am giving in my description of the video. And please like and subscribe me. I know there are some problems in delivering of these tutorials, but with practice I think I'll be improving with time, and with more interesting topics I'll be coming soon. For Indian students I'll be bringing these for in Hindi language as well. So till my next video, thank you very much, and keep waiting for me. Thank you. So nice of you.